It's the time of year when we begin to think about next year. Last week we talked about what our programs may look like next year and provided the essentials for a current catechetical curriculum. In addition to those essentials, we're looking at 3 things to consider when adopting technology for catechesis tonight on Catechist Stream. Welcome back to Catechist Stream, where we recognize and support catechists in their baptismal role, address current catechetical issues, and support missionary discipleship. It's where we're learning to swim upstream, right, Deacon Matt? Deacon Matt, you look different tonight. Well, normally I would hand this over to Deacon Matt, but he is presenting at a conference tonight, and so I'll be flying solo. So I'm coming to you live from the Catechist Stream studio, also known as the aquarium, with all of our lovely fish swimming behind us. And so let us know where you are viewing from. And if you're new to Catechist Stream, put new in the comments. Now we are coming to you live, but if you missed last week or missed a live show, never fear, the recordings of the full show are on our website, catechiststream.com. They're also in our Facebook group, Advance Your Expertise in Catechesis, and we are also live streaming now on YouTube, and we have a Catechist Stream playlist for you there. You can watch the entire episode, or you can watch the teaching segments that we have. So be sure to tune in there. We'll give you more information about that a little bit later. So let's get to the question for this week, and let's actually see if I can pull this up. Here's the question. What do you think is important to consider when adopting technology for catechesis? So what do you think is important to consider when adopting technology for catechesis? Now we're going to take a look in the chat box in just a second. We're going to give you a moment to type your responses, and we'll go back to those in just a minute. But you know what? It's a special time of the month. It's the beginning of the month. So we want to recognize the saints that we celebrate this month. So I'm going to show you a short video of our saints. And well, let's just take a look at that now. Catholic saints to celebrate. And this month is April. Who can name the April saints that you're about to see? We've got a lot of saints here, don't we? So we're going to, at the end of the show tonight, we'll be dropping a link for some free resources, or actually it looks like it's right here, Lives of the Saints, right now. So if you'd like to go to religion.sadlierconnect.com/Lives of the Saints, you can access free downloadable information about each of the saints for each of the months. And this month we're featuring the saints. Let's see, who are we featuring this month? We're featuring St. Gregory the Eighth, who is also Pope, St. Teresa de la Andes, St. Gianna Beretta Molla, St. Catherine of Siena. So you've got free downloads available. Click the link in the chat box and access those for yourself. Those are great resources for your classes. So if you're looking for something to talk about with your students, be sure to access some of those free resources. Now, last week we talked about evaluating curriculum, and tonight we'll be looking at what to look for when selecting technology for catechesis. So I'm going to see if you put any questions. Oh yeah, here's a question. Jim Devlin says, how easy is it to use? So that's a good question. How easy is it, right? Because using technology can sometimes be very challenging. And we will be discussing that tonight. So thank you for that comment, Jim. Also, is it all contained, or do catechists need to run all over the web getting resources? And spiders use webs as a trap. So the web can be a trap if you're collecting digital resources to use with your class if they are all over the web. So we'll talk about strategies for that. So thank you, Jim, for those comments. I don't see, can it be used on most devices? So Debbie is saying, can the technology be used on all the devices that you're using? So that's a great question too. And I keep looking at Deacon Matt, and I feel like I'm shrinking. I don't know what it is. I just feel small tonight. But Deacon Matt, we're thinking about you and praying for you at the conference. So hope you have a great presentation tonight. All right. Well, anyway, let's move forward, and we'll talk about the topics we will be sharing tonight on Catechist Stream. Three things to consider when adopting technology for catechesis. Do you want easy program oversight? Also, do you want a variety of rich digital program resources? And finally, do you want digital resources in a single and secure place? All of that tonight on Catechist Stream. So we're going to get started with our first topic. There's Deacon Matt again. Deacon Matt, what do you think about that? He's going to leave it all to me tonight, so that's okay. All right, our first topic is really taking a look at, do you want easy program oversight? And so I really was thinking about how challenging running a program is. I'm a former DRE. I know what it's like to try to maintain oversight of everyone in your program. And we're talking about catechists, we're talking about children, even parents. So how do we keep all of that together when we've got a span of grade levels? We've got, so many people in our programs. How can you manage that? And back in the day, everything was managed by paper. And then came Excel. And Excel spreadsheets are not used by everyone, but they make collecting information easier. But the challenge is you have to first get the information and then put it in your spreadsheet. But spreadsheets can hold a lot of information and help you to manage your program. So if we're using current digital technology, there are new systems that are designed to help you manage your program. So I'm going to share a couple of resources with you to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. So one of the first ones is Google Classroom. Now, maybe you've heard of Google Classroom, maybe you're using Google Classroom, but you can see that this is the Google Classroom website where teaching and learning come together. And that's hinting at managing learning, managing instruction, and we have classes that you can set up in Google Classroom. So everything is in one place in Google Classroom, easy to use according to them. Anyone in your school community can get up and running with Classroom in minutes. Built for collaboration, so everyone can have access to the class that their child is in. Parents can look into that and keep up with children's assignments, and it can be accessed from anywhere, practically on any device. Now, I'm going to just kind of come back and talk to you a little bit about that. So Google Classroom does come with a price. Apparently churches or nonprofits can get a discount on Google Classroom. And it would be something where you could post questions that can be answered in the Google Classroom. In some cases, you can integrate it with your other learning software that you're using. You can check the scores of any assignments that you're creating in there, and it starts to collect this information if you're the catechist or teacher. Now, if you're managing the entire program, can you go in and look at all of the information for all of your classes? And that is something that can be done if you're a big user of that program. Otherwise, it's going to be limited to a classroom-to-classroom basis, which typically for most teachers is what they're interested in anyway. And scores can be exported into larger, say, school learning management systems. So they do sort of communicate and connect. Now, that's one example. I want to go back and show you another example of a learning management system. So let's go back to our website. And this is called Canvas, which is now in Instructure, and U to the power of the Canvas by Instructure. And what this is doing is supporting K-12, kindergarten through 12, higher education, in managing their entire learning community. And this is a much more sophisticated system, but it costs a lot more than Google Classroom. And I can't really show you how it works here, but what I can do is just try to help you understand that there are tools that are available to help you manage your program. And the Canvas program is designed so that administrators can take a higher level view at all of the students in their building. They can look class by class, grade by grade, student by student. So it's a very sophisticated tool, and these are extremely popular in the academic side of learning. So schools, private schools, charter schools, public schools, pretty much all are using learning management systems. Now let's take a look at another one that's geared toward the Catholic community. Now this is called ParishSoft. And ParishSoft is a church management system or a software. So this is designed to sort of manage all of your parishioners. And the challenge with that is it doesn't always support religious education or faith formation. And so while it can maintain the people in your programs, the children in their grade levels, all of your catechists, the parents, the families, it will track tithing and all sorts of things, records, sacramental records and such. But it's not really designed to deliver instructional content or assign assessments or collect scores or offer reporting for any of the actual instruction or learning that's taking place. There's another company that's also very popular in Catholic schools called Parish Data Systems. And let me show you that one. This is Parish Data Systems, Catholic Church Management Software and Services for parishes and dioceses. So dioceses are using this, parishes are using this, and here's ParishSoft. ParishSoft says they have 55% of Catholic parishes using ParishSoft. So this is very popular sort of outside of the classroom or outside of the faith formation programs. So therein lies the problem. If you're looking to integrate technology with your class, there's not really in recent history been a product that's been designed for you to use specifically for faith formation until now. And that's why I want to show you, and I really didn't have any intentions of showing you one of Sadlier's products, but Christ in Us has a learning management system that's built into all of the textbook and the assessments, all of the instruction, and it's very, very well designed. So I'm just going to come right here and log in very quickly. This is the Christ in Us portal, and I'm just going to select a grade level. It really doesn't matter. And let me see if I can pull this onto my other screen so I can see this. All right, so what you're looking at, well, you're not even looking at this, are you? So let me show you. I'm going to have to pull it back over so that you can see it. There we go. So this is Christ in Us, and for administrators, we have an administrator view, if you can see at the top, and I'm not sure that you can see that, but we're in the administrator view, and you can actually drop this down and see the pastor would have a view, the instructor would have a view, the student view, and parent view. So whatever role the person is from your community, they would have a portal where they can get into and access information. But you as the administrator can maintain oversight of everyone in your program. So let's just take a quick look at what that means. So if you wanted to go to reports, you could go into your instructor accounts. You can look at a particular class or student scores. You can do student tracking, and you can do that by individual students all the way up to grade levels. Activity reports for who's accessing the portal and using it, student trends, how much this portal is being used and what particular resources they're using, etc. So it really gives you a lot of insight as to what's happening in the program. That's very, very important. Also, if you look in, let's go to program overview, you're going to see that you've got a lot of resources across these tabs. So you've got your overview resources. So, how to, what is the program about, all of your tables of contents, welcomes for school and parish, your scope and sequence. So the higher level items of interest for an administrator can all be found here in the administrator portal. If you click on Getting Started, it's going to give you an overview of the resources and an online training program and learning community. You've got your director resources, so how to implement this program in your school or parish, setting program goals, pastoral care of families, prayers for particular circumstances. It's addressing models, so you can select models for particular classes. So whether you have at-home learners or summer school models, or if you're teaching by the liturgical year or particular, set up your classes. We've also got family events. So managing family catechesis, oversight of family catechesis is very, very important. So you've got family events in here. You can see we've got a number of family events and intergenerational events. So this is chock full of information that you might want to use. Now, it's also got a messaging system. So if you want to communicate with your parents or your catechist or your students, you can go in here and you can go to Compose, and then you can click on the To button, and you can begin to filter this by the different groups. So do you want to communicate with students, instructors, parents, particular classes, groups, other administrators? So that is just sort of a glimpse into what's happening today in the world of learning management systems for faith formation. So if you are evaluating programs and you are interested in technology making your life easier, that was one of Jim Devlin's questions: how easy is it to use? This sort of takes the best of Google Classroom and ParishSoft or Parish Data Systems and your curriculum, and combines them together to make managing or oversight of your program much, much better. Now, I am going to engage you with your questions, so I encourage you, if you do have questions, let us know. One of Debbie's questions earlier was, can it be used on most devices? Absolutely. If you were to go back into the portal, it'll give you a list of all of the supported devices, but it's all current technology. So whether it's smartphones or tablets or computers, we've got all of the details there if you're a techie person. Otherwise, you log on and go for it. And if you have any questions, let us know. So that is topic number one. Now, I'm not seeing any other comments on YouTube or Facebook at the moment. Let me just double check and make sure I'm not missing anything. Technology works on multiple devices and easy to use. That's right. Thanks, Debbie, for including that in the comments in Facebook. So we're going to move forward. So the first one is, do you want easy program oversight? And if you do, you're in luck, because Sadlier does have a fantastic tool to support you with that. Now we're going to move to the second topic. Deacon Matt, those fish are swimming very quickly, and I think I know why, because it's Lent and they're trying to get away. So why did the fish swim quickly? Because it's Lent. So use that with your friends if you want to. Ba-dum-tsh. Yes, thank you very much. And I really enjoy looking over and seeing Deacon Matt sitting there. So thanks for being with us again tonight, Deacon Matt. All right, topic 2. So, do you want a variety of rich digital program resources? So, when thinking about your curriculum and you're interested in engaging the students, you do want a variety of digital program resources. So what types of resources might we be thinking? So I'm going to go back into the portal and just give you a glimpse of some of the resources that are out there today, and specifically in the Christ in Us program. So if we just logged into any grade level and went to a unit and then a lesson, so we're in Unit 2 and Lesson 6, fairly easy to identify here. How does God share his life with us? Now, I've been showing you the administrator view, but I'm just going to jump right to the student view to show you that we've got quite a few resources that the students can access. So you can see ebooks would be one example. So if we click on the ebook for this particular lesson, you can see that it opens right to the page, and you can scroll down and take a look. So how does God share his life with us? Well, I've already highlighted some of the content here. You have annotation tools so that you could say, I want to continue highlighting, and I'm going to do that on the next page. The church is the body of Christ, Jesus Christ, the head of the body, the church. So there you go. It's really easy to use this during instruction to keep attention with the students. So that's a rich digital resource. That's an ebook. If we go back to the same lesson, we can go back and we can see videos. Now let's take a look at a video lesson. Now this could be used for a catechist who wants to just to view it and get ideas for how to explain the concepts, or maybe this is great for those at-home learners or for parents who are not comfortable teaching the information. So let's see if I can get this audio to work. Yeah, it looks like it. And I'm going to just skip right in.
So today our big question that we're going to be exploring is, how does God share his life with us? Well, one way God shares his life with us is through his Son, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ gave us the church.
All right, so you can see these are video lessons. The instruction for the lesson is all on the lesson resource page. So very easy. Now, the video lessons are optional purchases, but what a fantastic resource. Let's take a look at a couple more. Now, if we come down here, you can see we've got prayer resources. We've got a video, another type of video. So this is an instructional video called Did You Know? This is building on the lesson content. So let's just look at a couple of seconds of this. Did you know?
When you pray, you participate in the prayer of the church. When you pray, you are making an important connection with God. But even when you share a wonderful private moment in prayer, you're not doing so completely on your own. Whether you are praying alone or with a group of others, you are participating in the prayer of the church.
Okay, how fantastic is that? So you've got videos here to help to engage the students. You can tell they're age appropriate and very short in duration. And they're also followed by an activity to make sure that the children are not just watching a shiny video, but that they can engage with the activity. Now, this is something that could be printed, or this is something that could be completed in the portal. So you can see I've already started to answer this. So when you pray, you participate in the prayer of the church. So it says we lift our hearts to God and put our trust in him. Write a short prayer that tells of your love for God. So, dear God, we pray that in today's world, etc. And I'm just, I was demonstrating some of the annotation tools here. Again, this could be completed, could be printed out if you see the printer icon, or it could be completed online in certain situations. It really just depends on what you want to do and how you want to use it. So let's keep going. That's Did You Know? And then we also have a video for the Partner in Faith. And the Partners in Faith support the spirituality. So we've got a saint that's been indicated for each lesson, a different saint for every lesson, for every grade level. And so their life story supports the theme of the lesson. And so let's take a look at this particular saint. This is Saint Faustina. So let's see if we can learn just a little about Saint Faustina.
Saint Faustina is a partner in faith because she shows us how to share Jesus with the world. Faustina is well known for the conversations she had with Jesus. It was at his request that she joined a convent in Warsaw, Poland in 1925. It was there, years later, that Jesus instructed her to commission the famous Divine Mercy painting.
Now I'm going to pause there because we know that Divine Mercy Sunday is coming up very soon, don't we? So that will be the week after Easter. So what a fantastic saint to show tonight. So these are examples of lesson resources that are already pulled together in one location to serve you by engaging the students with technology. So this is what's happening in the world of education today. It's called blended learning. We're blending instruction between print and digital resources. So when you're evaluating your program, you would want to seriously consider finding a program that offers rich digital media such as these. And there are also Catechist resources, and I think it's important to share at least one of those. So let me get out of this screen, and we're going to go back into our portal. And I'm just going to go to Instructor View, which would be Catechist or Catholic School Teacher, and we can see Catechist Formation. So we've got formation at the lesson level. If you get started, it's going to provide a lesson focus and lesson summary with definitions of the words. It's amazing what technology can do now to make this so much easier to prepare. This is also available as an audio file. I'll play a few seconds.
Lesson 6 asks the essential question, how does God share his life with us?
All right, so you can listen to that. There's a meditation. You can set your own goals. You can look back after the lesson and type yourself notes looking forward. So a lot of fantastic resources in the Christ in Us portal for Catechists. There are also unit resources, fantastic videos to help to support the theme of the unit, as well as broader topics on Scripture and Catholic social justice, broader set of Catechist formation videos. So that would be topic 2. If you do have questions, please let me know, or comments, let me know in the chat box. And otherwise, I am going to move on to our third topic tonight. We've got a lot to cover, and this question is really, really important. So do you want digital resources in a single and secure place? Now, why do we ask that question? Because I think Jim Devlin asked earlier, is it all contained, or do catechists need to run all over the web getting resources? So when you're thinking about using technology for catechesis, you certainly do not have to use a program that's been designed to help provide oversight of your entire program or oversight of a classroom for catechists. You don't have to select a program that will deliver rich media resources or even tests or assessments that automatically score and report back to you. And you do not have to choose a program that has all of that in one single website. You could choose to use a variety of resources from all over the web. So there are a lot of great learning apps out there. I'll just say apps. A couple come to mind that I'm familiar with. Maybe you're thinking of some and would like to share some that you've used in the past. But what I would say is that when you're thinking about using those tools, also consider that you have to get the students to log in to use them. If parents are involved, you have to figure out how to communicate to them how to get logged on. And for each different tool you use, typically there's a different URL or web address. There might be a different login if they have to log in. Some will just say go to a website and put a code in. So you have to use a different code each time you use that. And so once you begin to use a number of digital learning resources, then you realize that you are running all over the web and you're having to communicate a lot of different URLs or web addresses. You might be communicating a lot of codes to access the resource or login information for the different websites. So the question is, do you want them in a single and secure place? And I think my answer would be yes, I do. I would want all of those resources, sort of like we just saw, located in one convenient website where any user, be it a child, a parent, an instructor, be it a catechist or teacher, an administrator, or even pastor, father, could log into this one place and see all of the activity that's happening. And if you wanted to supplement that with some outside resource, that's absolutely fine if you want to do that. But do you want to make your life easier by having everything in one place? You probably do. And then what about security? So I want to speak to security because I did show you the messaging earlier. So I'm going to kind of go back to that screen, and we're going to, I hear Winston, my co-catechist over there somewhere. We are going to click on messages, and we are going to see that you can compose a message. Now, if I sent this to Alex Alexander, and let's say I'm the administrator, and I just clicked send, it's going to automatically, all of these messages will show in the parent portal. So there's no way of communicating with any child individually, and children, any communication that a child sends out is viewable by their parent as well. So it becomes a safe environment. It's also password protected and a private website. So it makes it more safe than just going to any website and accessing information. So I think it's really important to consider that when you are choosing a digital tool for catechetical purposes, you would want to consider that you've got as few logins as possible, which a single site would be ideal, and that it is a safe and secure place online. All of the assignments are located inside the portal, so it's not like you're sending the child out to a website to access something that they could become distracted and go to another website or get another suggested website. All of this is in a safe, secure environment. So that's very important thing, really important considerations when you're choosing technology, especially for faith formation or when we're talking about children. So I hope that this has been helpful for you. And I'm going to go back and just check my chats really quickly to see if I see any other messages. And at the moment, I am not seeing any additional comments. Deacon Matt is chiming in. He must be in between talks. He's saying, love Faustina. Fantastic. I'm going to give him a like really quickly. Thanks, Deacon Matt. And I hope you noticed that we've been talking to you all night, even though you haven't been responding. So I see he did finally respond on the chat box. So that's fantastic. So hopefully that has come as helpful information for you tonight when you're considering evaluating technology for catechesis. So I guess we're going to keep moving here and move on into the closing studio. Deacon Matt, I am shrinking. I'm not sure what's happening here, but let me see if I can get a little closer to your size there. It was such a good photo, I just thought I might use it on every one of the scenes. So Deacon Matt is here with us in spirit. What would you like to hear more about? If you have a topic in mind, let us know. Put it in the chat box so that we can consider that for future episodes of Catechist Stream. Also, check out catechiststream.com. This is going to be your opportunity to, again, replay any of the recordings. You'll be able to access additional content that we have on the website. And we're working on something very special. We're going to be, we're testing it to embed the live stream from the website. That'd be the easiest thing to remember. But that is still under construction, so you may see us playing around with that from time to time if you drop into the website. Now, let me ask you, what do you do when you discover a pearl of great value? What do you do when you discover a pearl of great value? Well, I'll tell you. Watch this. That's right. You share it with someone else. Don't keep it to yourself. The value, once you find something of value, you share it. So that's what I'm going to encourage you to do. If you found value in tonight's stream, give us a thumbs up or a love button. Share the love. And don't forget to tell someone else about Catechist Stream. Don't forget to join Sadly Religion on our Facebook and YouTube accounts. And be sure to what do? Follow on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube. Click the notification bell and select all so that you'll receive notifications when we post new supports for you. This is all for you, the Catechist. And let's not forget to thank our host, Sadlier. So there we go, Catechist Stream, Swim Upstream, hosted by Sadlier. Thank you, Sadlier. Sadlier is 190 years old, family owned and managed, been doing catechesis for a very long time. So if what you saw tonight is of interest to you, reach out to your local Sadlier rep. Let them know. So thank you, Sadlier. And also, I think it's time to probably pray. So, well, Debbie's already got the free printables, so I promised you that we were going to put this in. So be sure to click on the link and go to access all of those feast days in April. You can get great downloads. There's a variety of resources for you. So be sure to go to the link to access those. All right, well, let's just take just a moment and say our Catechist Stream prayer. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Jesus, being a catechist, can sometimes feel like swimming upstream. At times, the ministry can be stressful, challenging, even exhausting, but we know that you are here and that you will lead us upstream as you call us to continue and share the truth of your love and mercies with others. Amen. Oh, yeah. So thank you, Deacon Matt, for that prayer. And thanks for joining us on Catechist Stream this week. We really appreciate it. And just know that we're grateful for what you do to share the good news of Jesus Christ. Tell someone about Catechist Stream. As we said, point them to the website. It has all the details to view the stream. And if you want to share on social media, be sure to use the hashtag Catechist Stream, and so that we can find it, and we'll share that as well. Now, here's an important announcement. Next week is Holy Week. So in light of our tradition, we'll not be streaming. We'll be focusing on Holy Week. But we will return the following Monday, April 18th, and we'll focus on the season of Easter. Okay, so be sure to grab that link today for the Catechist Saints to celebrate in April. And never forget that you're important. What you do is important. You're called by God. And thank you for answering that call. Until the next time, keep swimming upstream.